love a good pesto. And in this case, it's my rocket and pistachio pesto. Now to make a pesto, there's fundamentals. One is garlic. So we crush the garlic, give it a good crush with your knife, pop it in to your pestle and mortar. Now, best way for the garlic is a little bit of salt. It just draws out the moisture. So pop that in and you just pound. So kind of over the years I've developed this system of not just like hammering down, but more stirring at the same time. Easier on the biceps and it's easier on the ears and the head as well. But that gets you a nice little paste. You can up the garlic as you want. Of course you can go up to 2 or 3, but this works brilliantly. The salt, when it draws out the moisture, gives you the paste. So to make a good pesto, garlic is really important. Good quality extra virgin olive oil, because this isn't really cooked, so you're going to get the flavour of the virgin olive oil coming out with the hot pasta. Parmesan works really well, or a mix of parmesan and pecorino. Fundamentally then, you usually have a nut. Now the classic is with pine nuts, pinoli, but I love pistachio in mine, but you can use hazelnuts or walnuts or even cashew nuts, which is breaking the barriers a little bit, but it works. So then also to go with that, you need greenery. So you have your garlic, your oil, your nuts, your cheese, and your greenery is usually in the form of basil. Again, if it's a a classic pesto genovese, but I love the bit of rocket. Now you can do a mix. You can do rocket and watercress, which is quite peppery, or you can do rocket and basil, or put in a few chives and maybe a little bit of parsley from the garden, whatever you want yourself. But I like this one. And the great thing about using the rocket is it doesn't blacken afterwards like the basil does. So moving on, we have our pistachio that I've just roughly chopped, so they're going in. And we just need to give them a little pounding because they do need to be a bit smoother. A lot of recipes say to put the oil in at this stage, but I actually prefer to break up the nuts without the oil because I find it more of a grip. The oil just makes the whole thing quite slippy. Now you can, of course, take a shortcut. There's a certain gadget called a food processor that does this job just brilliantly. However, what it also does is it gives you a really even finish. And what I love about the pestle and mortar is you're just pounding everything together and bringing all the flavours out. But at the same time, it's slightly roughly chopped along the way. So it's nicer on the eye as well as on the flavour, I think. This is where I get my daily workout in. This does require a bit of pounding. Depends on the nuts. Pine nuts just break down really easily. You can, if you want, of course, toast your nuts beforehand, but I'm happy with the pistachio the way it is. Oh, very important, when you're buying your pistachio, just make sure you buy unsalted and preferably shelled ones. There's a bit of work. Here we go. Now we just need a spoon to loosen that because I've pounded it nicely together and I've still got a nice bit of texture in it. See? Nice bit of texture there. Right, now, nice bit of rocket. Be generous, it'll break down, but I find it's handier just to chop it up a little bit beforehand, just to make your life a little bit easier. So in this goes. Oh, the smell of that's just gorgeous now, I have to say. Bring it all in. Waste not, want not, and all of that. Right, and off we go again. So I'm just bruising the rocket. So notice no oil has gone in yet. Smells fabulous. Really gorgeous. Sorry about all the noise. Not usually this powerful in my kitchen. So now some of the moisture's come out of the rocket, which is good, making it easier to break down. It's got that lovely grassy, but also a bit of peppery aroma coming out. I'm happy with that. Now, next thing that I want is another tiny bit of salt goes in. I'm just going to put in a little bit of pepper, because remember the rocket is that bit peppery. And then next is the oil. and some parmesan. So really good quality extra virgin olive oil is going in here. I don't tend to put in too much oil at the beginning because you can always loosen it a little bit as you go along, but you can't take it back out again. So I wait and see how thick it is. And also the great thing about pesto is you can use it for other things. I'm going to have it with pasta today, but equally I'm known to put a lovely little dollop of pesto on top of a bit of salmon or cod or hake, pop it in the oven, roast it away, or leftover pesto in with some mashed potato on top of a fish pie is just yummy. So you can use pesto for lots of things, even for a fancy cheese on toast if you're looking for a quick snack. So I have some grated parmesan here. I'm going to put that in. Parmigiano Reggiano. Let's have a look at this, see how we're doing. And you know the beauty of cooking in your kitchen, you get to taste. Let's see. That is lovely, but I think it needs a bit more cheese. So I'm going to just grate in an extra little bit of the parmesan, because the parmesan brings kind of a lovely bite to it. It just rounds it off, the saltiness from the parmesan, and it just balances out the grassiness from, I shouldn't use the word grassiness because I know I'm going to put you off, but you know what I mean, just that earthy flavour from the rocket. There we go. This looks lovely. I'm happy with that. There we go. Nice little bit of parmesan in there. Give that a stir. And another dollop of oil, because of course the parmesan dries it out a little bit. So you can balance that with a bit of oil. Now if you're counting the calories, when you are mixing this in with your pasta, what you can do is you can actually just simply add a little bit of the pasta cooking liquid. So I am just going to show you what my pesto looks like. Look at that. I just think that is gorgeous. Packed with flavour, really, really nice. And then I have over here a little bit of pasta just to show you how it comes together. So I'm going to pop this in with the pasta and toss it with the pasta, and then keep a dollop back for the top and give it a nice mix. Love making noise in my kitchen. Sorry about all the noise. Give it a good mix. Get a nice bit of colour on it. And plate that up. I usually serve pesto with pasta like linguine or spaghetti, something like that, more so than penne, because pesto is quite strong in flavour and I don't want too much of it getting caught in the tubes of penne or that, because it's just that little bit too powerful. That looks great. Now I have a little bowl for serving up. We'll get this into our bowl. There we go. It's a bit warm now. All right. Catch it there, like so. Twist it, like so. And into the bowl. There we are. Nice tidy dollop of pasta, and then a little bit more of my pesto on top. Oh, go on and put another little bit. Be generous, and maybe some nice flat leaf parsley from the garden, just for a bit of garnish, because we've always got some really nice parsley and herbs here in our cookery school garden, which is really nice. So now over here we go, and look at, you have to keep going with the parmesan. So a little bit more parmesan on the top, and look at that. I just think that is gorgeous. So that there is my gorgeous pesto. It's my rocket and pistachio pesto. I hope you enjoyed. It's really quick, really easy. Buon appetito.